Hey, Shalom Amakim. Just like to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. So, this is an article that I found here on FindExtra.com, and this is going into Amazon working to connect credit card information to your hand. Now, I'm obviously going to hit Revelation, the 13th chapter, but I'm just going to show you from the academic world of how this relates to surplus value, okay? This is what that devil, what's his name, Karl Marx, who made the Communist Manifesto, this is what he was prophesying of on the left-hand side. And by the way, he was able to prophesy of that on the left-hand side because he knew the scriptures. But now his manifesto is coming to life, right? In terms of surplus value. Okay, and the RFID chip is just a form of surplus value that the elites are going to use to make full profit off of your stupidity and your unbelief in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So it's also all about making money too. Okay, and they're tricking you into doing that. All right, so this is Amazon working to connect credit card information to your hand. Amazon is attempting to turn your hand into a credit card, according to the Wall Street Journal. The company plans to enable customers to connect their credit card information to their palms so they can complete purchases with a tap of their hand rather than their card. And when you do this, this cuts the labor value. This cuts the owner, this cuts the wages of the actual person who's there that's actually servicing you. So it's now going to be 100% profit. Now you can just go to the store and buy and check out everything yourself rather than have a cashier or a cash register cash you out. So now this allows them to make full profit without them paying their laborers or their employees that they hire, right? And I'm going to go into the actual document here that this devil Karl Marx made, right? But this is just living proof of that. This is what you call surplus value. So Amazon has filed a patent for a non-contact biometric identification system. And that's right, we're in the year ID 2020, which is the year of prophecy. Okay, and a part of prophecy is the RFID chip. And what you see here, that what Amazon is doing, this is just a prelude to what's going to happen in the near future, where RFID technology is going to be made mandatory. Okay, mandatory for you to work, to make any type of transaction, or for you to live in general. You're going to have this chip. So it says, featuring a scanner that produces an image of a person's palm. Similar technology is already in use in financial services with biometric authentication. Provider iProve launching a palm verification service in February 2019, allowing customers of banks to verify themselves remotely by hovering their palm over their mobile device. Right? So in the near future, you're just going to have the chip in your hand or in your forehead, and you're just going to have to wave your body part in front of a scanner, and then it's going to deduct the amount of money that's supposed to come out of it, and then you'll be on your way. It's going to be fast, it's going to be easy, and it's going to be on the go. All right, so there's going to be 100% profit being made, and there's going to be no stalls while you're doing it. It's going to be fast and quick, right? That's 100% profit. That's efficiency, and that's what companies go for. Okay, and this is what that manifesto was talking about. Now, the real manifesto that you're supposed to go to is the Manifestos of Yahushai, which is this book. And that's why he was able to prophesy of that on the left hand, because he was speaking about those, because he read the scriptures and he knew what it was talking about. All right, he knew that. And if you go into his biography, he's a so-called Jew, and he comes from an affluent family, a well-off family. And people back then, around the early 1900s, if you were well off, if you were well off and rich, you were educated in the Bible, you were educated in the scriptures. All right. So let me get the document here. Now this is surplus value, Marxian economic concept that professed to explain the instability of the capitalist system. Okay, so this is explaining the instability of the capitalist system, which is what we're living in, okay? We live in a capitalist society. All right, we do. There's no denying that. If you don't know that now, then I don't know what to tell you. You're not very smart. So adhering to David Ricardo's labor theory of value, Karl Marx held that human labor was the source of economic value, which it is. It still is. You know, it's the highest, because you need people to work. You need people to do all these jobs. Wherever you go, you need people to work and to generate money. Doesn't matter what company you work for, there has to be a human labor force behind that. Even though that's going away now, right? Because you have all these machines and you have all this technology coming in, you still have to have human beings there to chaperone that. There still has to be a human presence. Okay? So it says the capitalist pays his workers less than the value their labor has added to the goods, usually only enough to maintain the worker at a subsistence level. Now, when you get this chip, it's going to totally cut out the employee that works there. It's just going to be you and the actual store, the corporation that you're in, or not in, that you're buying from. Okay? The store that you're buying from. So for example, if you go to Walmart, because I go to Walmart and I see this all the time, you see like these self-checkouts. Now you have your credit card or your debit card, you go there and you check out. And by the way, those actual stations, they don't have cash when you go there. You have to pay cash to the person that's chaperoning the cashless checkouts. All right, but if there's no one there, then you can't pay cash. You have to pay with your credit card or your debit card. Right? Now that cuts out the employee that works at Walmart. So it's just you and Walmart. You and that cash register. So that's a form of surplus value. That's actually cutting out the actual worker. And this is where we're headed to. It's going to be like that on a completely. That's going to be mandatory in the near future. You're no longer going to have to wait in lines and have contact with a cash register or a person. That's how the future is headed of this society. It's going to be in this society. That's how it's going to be. So it says usually only enough to maintain the worker at a subsistence level of the total worth of the worker's labor. However, this compensation in Marxian theory accounts for only a mere portion equivalent to the worker's means of subsistence. The remainder is surplus value, and the value it produces is surplus value to make a profit. Marx argued the capitalist appropriates this surplus value, thereby exploiting the laborer. That's right, you're exploited. And the consumer is exploited, because this is nothing but exploitation, man. Because it says here, it is likely Amazon will have been addressing potential concerns that are sure to be posed over the ability of terminals to detect fraud, as well as broader questions relating to privacy. When that's bullshit. This is just nothing but exploitation. These people are exploiting your ignorance, because how could you address the issue of privacy when You're asking when you're asking the consumer to give up their fingerprints, you're asking the consumer to give up their DNA. So how could you really have a form of privacy when somebody's DNA, which DNA is very authentic, and nobody else in this world has the same DNA? Everybody's DNA is unique. So there's no privacy when you take someone's handprint. How could there be privacy? It makes no fucking sense. It's absurd to me. And it's mind-boggling that people, they actually fall for this shit. So it says, it is likely Amazon will have been addressing potential concerns that are sure to be posed over the ability of terminals to detect fraud, as well as broader questions relating to privacy. Okay, how could it be privacy when your DNA or your fingerprints are going to be stored in a cloud somewhere? You know, that doesn't make any sense. It's just about complete control. So they can make 100% profit of you and that they can own you. That's all it's about. That's exploitation, man. And then at the same time, they don't have to hire anybody to do it. It's all going to be electronic. All right. So this is what you call surplus value. Surplus value. So it says the WSJ reports that data collected from the terminals would be used to study spending habits and stored on Amazon's cloud. So Amazon's cloud. So like I said, it's going to be stored in a cloud electronically on the net or whatever, wherever they're going to keep it. But this is not just about studying your spending habits. This is just about studying how they can implement the RFID system much more smoother in the near future. Okay? Or much smoother in the near future. That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're studying. Okay? That's all they're doing. It's not just about spending habits. It's about how they can implement it much smoother. The plans would continue the online giant's attempt to revolutionize the way bricks and mortar stores operate. This comes as Amazon plans to expand its chain of Amazon Go stores across the U.S., which allow consumers to shop without cashiers or checkouts. Okay, see what I spoke of earlier? Cashiers or checkouts. So it's going to be 100% that they're going to take out of this. So you don't have to interact with anybody, so they can get 100% of your hard-earned money that you worked for. Right? So I hope that was edifying, but I got to get a precept, man. I did a lot of reading here. So this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor. So yeah, people with a great name and a small name, people who are nobodies in this society to people who are somebodies in this society. So all your politicians, all your actors, all your great Nobel Peace Prize winners, they're gonna win all this stuff. They're gonna take the chip. I mean, rich and poor, free and bond. So people who are incarcerated, who are in captivity, they're gonna get the chip to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And by the way, the word mark is charagma in the Greek, and that's an incision, and that's really a form of branding. This chip is going to be branding for the masses out here. And what is a branding? What does it mean when you brand something? If I were to brand something, that means that I own it. So if you take this chip, that means that the elites own you. All right? That's what it's going into. So you're property of the elites. You're property of the damn devil. You're a property of Satan. Now it says, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right, no, I'm sorry, I kind of skipped that. And that, in verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So if you don't take that chip, you won't be able to function in this society. So you're going to have to go off the grid. You're going to have to be a bum. You're going to have to be a bum. All right? You're going to have to be a bum. And You know who's not going to have a problem with that? The ones that you call bums on the highways and byways, okay? Us, the ones that you call bums. We're going to be okay with that because you know what? We don't got nothing in this society. We don't give a damn. And we don't like this society anyway. Lord willing, I don't take that chip, and Lord willing, I get through it. So with that, just want to give all praises, glory and honor due unto Yahweh Bashem Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. Much love unto the Hakim that's out there pushing this truth and sincerity, not for vainglory. This is Brother Gabar Allah from the GMS Toronto camp. Shalom.